Mwah. Chef's kiss. Beautiful, magnifique. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. As you may already know, there's this handy little feature called keyboard and mouse support on Xbox One, allowing you to play certain games in an entirely different way.
Using a mouse and keyboard is something we'll be seeing a lot more of in the future, with most peripherals working just by plugging in via USB. It can completely change the way you play, as well as being a handy option for responding to messages, browsing the internet, and more. So we're going to show you 10 games that you can currently play on your Xbox One using mouse and keyboard.
Let's take a look at our first game. Fortnite is one of the biggest games to really embrace the mouse and keyboard utilization on Xbox.
Using mouse and keyboard essentially turns your Xbox into a mini PC, putting you in the same lobbies as other players using the same inputs.
You can customize each and every keybind to get those quick edit and resets bound to suit your reach. You can also adjust your mouse's sensitivity to help find what works for you best.
But what's great about being able to use your mouse and keyboard on your Xbox to play Fortnite is not only does it allow you to choose whether you want to play with a controller or mouse and keyboard, but you can still play with any of your friends on Xbox Live in mixed input lobbies, where players can be using either a controller or mouse and keyboard.
If you're playing solo, you will be put in mouse and keyboard only lobbies to make sure everyone is on a level playing field. But if you're looking for a new way to experience Fortnite, playing mouse and keyboard is a great way to do so.
Fate has bound you to meet with these wanderers, for they alone know of the precious stones you seek.
For piratey shenanigans, with pals there's nothing better than a bit of Sea of Thieves. Sailing across beautiful oceans, dodging skeletons, and volcanic terrors. Puking on your best friends, hurdy-gurdy, memories.
It's the sort of game where the journey is just as memorable as the destination. The sailing feels amazing, and when you play with a couple friends with a sense of adventure, it can make for some truly unforgettable moments.
Sea of Thieves is a play anywhere title, meaning you can play it on Xbox or PC. But did you know it's also mouse and keyboard compatible on the Xbox console?
You can plug in any compatible mouse and keyboard and play in a new way. Using a keyboard lets you utilize shortcuts for specific actions, whether that's waving to a fellow pirate across the seas or whipping out your cannonballs for efficient fighting. So if the radial menu isn't your thing, it can be a handy alternative. I'm not going to try and explain to you all what Minecraft is. I think we all have a pretty good idea by now. If you watch our videos here at Xbox On, you'll probably have noticed that Minecraft came to Xbox Game Pass earlier this year, so I thought we'd give you a quick reminder that you can also use mouse and keyboard on your favorite console.
The Xbox Game Pass version of Minecraft has so much potential for all creatives and people who just like having a bit of fun. There are online realms you can join with a whole bunch of awesome creative lands full of other players with mini games, competitions, and more.
Minecraft is also cross-play compatible with a huge range of devices, meaning you can play with your PC, your Switch, your iPad, Android friends, and more.
With mouse and keyboard, you'll be able to take advantage of all those extra buttons to help you manage your inventory, and we'll also have the ability to change game modes and other aspects of the game world via typed command prompts.
There are a bunch of settings you can mess around with in the menus too, so you can optimize your game to your preference. But having the option to play Minecraft with an Xbox One controller or a mouse and keyboard is a nice addition.
I'd heard of such things, yet I lived in a world without them.
Deep underneath the snow-encrusted streets of post-apocalyptic Russia lies a community of hardy survivors who have seen it all. Through conflict and strife in the previous Metro games, 2033 and Last Light, the stragglers and protagonist Artyom have overcome many obstacles to maintain their existence, from psychic attacks to deadly missile bunkers.
This time, the struggle is brought to the surface. Metro is the kind of game that forces you to face your fears with very limited ammo and resources. Mutants and human and other threats alike challenge your every move, and it all takes a bit of courage and creativity to get through.
Luckily, you have the support of your badass wife Anna on your side as you sneak, scavenge, and explore the open world.
Mouse and keyboard support is available for Exodus, meaning you can enjoy the stunning 4K landscapes on your Xbox One X whilst playing with mouse and keyboard if that's what you'd prefer.
Because in a game like Metro, you need to keep on your toes and be at the top of your game at all times.
The very top.
All right then, lads, you asked for it, it will come.
I'll give you some video games.
You want a diner? Take it.
Next up, we have Surviving Mars, a unique and fun simulator game that lets you cultivate and build an outpost for humans directly on the red planet itself.
There are, of course, no end of challenges and natural events for you to strategically work your way around, because as it turns out, making a livable habitat on a faraway, huge planet is no small feat.
Throw a bunch of other factions vying to beat you in the space race into the mix, and you've got yourself the perfect combination of competitive and chill gameplay to while away the evening with.
Surviving Mars plays great natively on a controller, but using mouse and keyboard support gives you another way to play on Xbox, like allowing you to point and click your way through menus, or placing down items exactly where you want them to. This means you'll be building your colony in no time at all and watching all your little human friends move into their retro-futuristic homes while they start their new lives.
Oh, killable.
We're all gonna die! Hold yourself together! I can't feel my beard!
In Deep Rock Galactic, you work together as a team of 4 space dwarves to explore space caves in space. You complete objectives while farming materials and fighting against the swarms of creepy alien arachnids.
There are 4 classes of space dwarfs to pick from, equipped with grenades, pickaxes, and some bespoke abilities and weapons, like the engineer with their grenade launcher or the scout with a grappling gun and increased mobility.
You can use your keyboard to switch between your gear and activate your abilities whilst you work your way through the procedurally generated cave networks, and your mouse to point and shoot at the endless hordes of alien monsters.
If you have the Windows 10 version of the game, you can cross-play with Xbox console players, meaning you can grab your mouse and keyboard and play alongside Windows 10 PC friends to explore the caves in some stunningly lit environments.
Well, this is jolly nice. What a glorious day for adventuring alone or together.
If fun co-op puzzle adventures are your bag, you might just be a fan of Strange Brigade. The whole thing is a bit of a mashup of Indiana Jones and Left 4 Dead, if the game Left 4 Dead itself was as roided up as the tank. That thing always terrified me.
Anyway, you're thrown into the 1930s, where a resurrected, powerful witch queen has been causing havoc. The kind of havoc that involves lots of supernatural weirdness.
You're a member of the Strange Brigade, 4 fearless adventurers who have taken it upon themselves to keep the world safe, with various motivations at play.
Each of the 4 playable characters have different prototype weapons and abilities. Weapons are upgradable with several slots available to really ramp up your destruction potential, something that can be done mid-level by finding the workbenches dotted around.
Levels involve finding puzzles, shooting all the creepy creepers that come crawling out of every possible hole, and ultimately working towards defeating the spirit of the Queen, 1 level at a time.
You can use mouse and keyboard on Strange Brigade to help you explore the levels if you prefer the dual input.
But Sigmar uttered truth, not prophecy. The darkness always returns.
Throw yourself face and axe first into the original Warhammer universe, and why not bring your mouse and keyboard along for the ride on Xbox?
Warhammer Vermintide 2 gives you an intense fantasy co-op experience in first person with 5 different characters to play as.
You choose between 15 different career paths and work your way up the talent trees to find new abilities and access new, more epic gear at the same time.
Just remember, mouse and keyboard support is just giving you an alternative way to enjoy your games on Xbox One, giving you a different gameplay experience. Using a mouse and keyboard combined together to use spells or slash your way through hordes of Skaven, or just shoot them from a distance with your bow and arrow feels super satisfying, whilst using your key bindings to activate your hero's abilities.
Playing Vermintide 2 on the Xbox with mouse and keyboard lets you take full advantage of the stunning 4K Ultra HD graphics, the perfect balance between precision and beauty.
For generations you've slept. No purpose, no call to wake you.
Warframe is quite honestly one of the best free games you can get your hands on right now. Not biased. Honestly, it's a third-person co-op shooter melee game that has had an absurd amount of content and a huge, loyal community of players.
The game focuses around a member of the ancient warrior Tenno race and your battle against a formidable Grineer. You have control over Warframes, your collection of biomech suits that each give you unique abilities and perks, and there are a lot of frames.
To get these frames, you'll need to defeat certain bosses and farm for loot before assembling all of the parts. But the challenges are worth it when you get to finally play with the frame of your dreams. I miss you, Valkyr Prime.
Whilst there's a never-ending stream of content in Warframe, the real joy is in the movement and gameplay itself, and having the option to experience this with a mouse and keyboard, as well as an Xbox controller, is awesome. It's a game that encourages fast movement and reactions, and being able to turn, jump, and dodge away in the blink of an eye can make all the difference during high-stake missions.
Another beautiful day at the airbase. Let's see if we can heat things up a bit.
The next game that you're able to play on Xbox with mouse and keyboard is Bomber Crew, which is this World War II strategic bombing sim where completing the objective is just as important as keeping your crew alive. And remember, if one of your crew members gets killed on a mission, they're gone forever.
You'll need to manage everything in order to help your crew be as successful as they can be. With each mission being a high-risk expedition, you need to ensure you've got everything you need, from fuel, ammo, hydraulics, and have things like life jackets, which will give you a higher chance of survival if you crash land on water, but it will cost you money, so make sure to spend wisely.
But playing on mouse and keyboard will give you the ability to point and click to help control your crew as effectively as possible. But when it does go wrong, you'll enjoy those crashes, though I still can't get over losing Bob, best pilot there ever was.
You'll do, yes, and maths? Well, you're definitely hired.
So there's our list of 10 awesome games that you could play using mouse and keyboard or controller, however you feel most comfortable.
We'd recommend having a controller nearby to navigate the Xbox dashboard, but you could just use your arrow keys and the window key on the keyboard to do this instead.
We're looking forward to seeing what else Xbox bring to the table to make gaming accessible to everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave us a sub if you're new to the channel and want more Xbox news and information.
And don't forget to check us out at mixer.com/XboxOn if you want to watch some live Xbox-based shenanigans. We'll see you next time.
Bye.